Now entering the final descent of our main slate. And yes, I am here on a late night, fresh off of work, fresh off of doing laundry, but I'm here for you guys at almost 2:30 in the morning to give final thoughts for the week ahead. This is the secret menu, the Contrarian Show. How off the board can we get? We're going to find out tonight. Well, this morning on the DFS Deli. Broncos, you know what? I'm just going to let it slide. Oh, welcome in to the DFS Deli. Yes, my throat is finally almost recovered from strep. I'm so happy to actually get that intro out. I am the proprietor of this delicatessen, Saleh Ali Shahid, and I am joined tonight by my main squeeze, my main man, Chill. I mean, I was going to do the show with Baker, but he sent me one text saying he wanted to do something. And just like 90% of my Tinder matches, they ghosted me. So I go to old reliable, old faithful, my boy Chill. Welcome back to the deli. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Actually, we had just a mini kind of board game night with the other deli mate, Dale. Dale actually took a W in one game, and I took a W in the other. So already winning here on the early morning. But it's getting ready to dive on into this slate, look at some ownership, and shoot the shit here and go from there.
That's it, man. That's it. I'm very excited to actually do one of these shows because my takes for being off the board are the more fun takes. I love the core plays. Don't get me wrong, but it's just something about exploiting the low own, that 1 to 2 to 3% own player that just goes absolutely bananas and shoots you to the top of the leaderboard. If you were a Josh Jacobs owner last week, that was you. If you were a Devontae Adams owner the week before, or a Tony Pollard owner the week before, that was you. So we're going to try and find out who that guy is, or those set of guys, here on the Contrarian Show. If you don't know what we do, we break down position by position and go for the low own plays, the off the board plays that the field may not be on and could be the key, as it were, to the slate. So I'm excited to talk about it. Chill, I know you got some hot takes for me. I mean, Baker didn't send us any notes. He just sent me a text saying he wanted to do it and he didn't do it. And I know it's late. People need their rest. I understand. It's okay.
He's a working man.
I'm a work. I just got off work. Chill. On that whirly ball grind, baby. It's the holiday season. I need to get some ends up.
What type of groups did we have tonight?
Bar mitzvah.
The old bar mitzvah.
Oh yeah, that was actually the last one of the year. I think the next 2 Saturdays are like Cleveland Clinic and like this tire place.
We like the clinic.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be on the grind. Oh, side note, well, I think his name's Josh. He's having liver surgery, like getting it half of it removed.
Is that the guy that looks like Hosa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ricky said he's gonna text me throughout the week and see. I told him, I was like, listen, I'll tell my normal 9 to 5 to F off. Okay, I'm gonna get some sweet corporate money on the cheap. You better hit your boy up.
Oh yeah, man. Ain't nothing better than that corporate. Ain't nothing better. No job paying you better than Whirly Ball in December.
That's it, man.
The rest of the 11 months we won't talk about, but in December, whoo.
Oh yeah, we bring it in. Just like we're going to bring it in these tournaments tomorrow, because last week we had a modicum of success. This week, I think we're going to bring it home, because some of these plays we're going to talk about, I don't think anybody else is going to be talking about all that much. So if you want to start at quarterback, I think we can go ahead and dive on in. So I know we got a couple guys we actually agree on, but there's a little difference between the both of us. So why don't we start on the cheap end? Because I know you are excited to play a little Kenny Pickett tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Pickett going into this matchup against Atlanta, who still really doesn't have the secondary here. The game is indoors, so we'd like to see that. he comes in at a very cheap price on both sites, so that actually might save you a little bit of money to get up to some of these either high end wide receivers you want to play or running backs. So I do like me some Kenny Pickett this week. His stack options are cheap, but I do like me some Kenny Pickett this week. Quarterback is a rather interesting position this week because that ownership is going to be pretty spread out. I would be very surprised to see any quarterback probably in a GPP be over 12%. Um, you know,
Trevor Lawrence.
I I I would be surprised. I mean, I could see it. I could see Trevor being that guy.
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't think Mahomes gets to 12.
Joe Burrow.
Oh, that's the quarterback I'm fading.
I mean, everybody's going after that game, Cho. You know this. Like it's Vegas, Chargers, Cincy, KC. Like we haven't had a slate where we have multiple games over 50. Because the last couple slates have been kind of gross. So I think this is going to be one of the more higher scoring slates. But you best believe everybody's going to those two games. So I think it won't get to 20. But I think there's going to be a couple quarterbacks that are going to be approaching 15 to 17. And I think I just routed them off. It's going to be Herbert, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence for some strange reason, and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, those are the guys. Those are the guys up top. So we want to get a little weird. I like the Kenny Pickett call, and I'm going to stick on the low end before we go up to the high end. Can I interest you again in Mike White?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a playable option. The guy you're going to pair him with is going to be super chalky, but if they don't have the quarterback with them, then that's fine.
Yeah, I think like you mentioned, Garrett Wilson is going to be pretty chalky, and he was chalky last week and got there. But I mean, Mike White put up 303 in the rain.
That he did. Now he's indoors.
Now he's going indoors against I'm following the Minnesota Vikings. I think this team is fraudulent. And I think this team can be lit up through the air. I mean, Mac Jones had his best game of his season against these Vikings. So you mean to tell me somebody that literally plays with his hair on fire and Mike White can't tear up this Minnesota secondary? I'm all in. And again, his tracking options are cheap. So you can load this game up because, again, the run back options are there. No one's playing Hawkinson. No one's playing Jay Jetta. So it's like, it's right there. But like we mentioned on Wednesday, someone's getting the sauce, bro.
Somebody's definitely getting the sauce. So
is Jay Jetta going to get the sauce, or are they just going to let Adam Thielen run cardio out there and just like take away sauce, and then Jay Jetta can get open?
Well, it might be Thielen getting the sauce, but I mean, Justin Jefferson might want to just go 1v1 with him. So I mean, it'll be interesting.
1v1 snipers only on Rust.
Yeah, yeah, on Rust, bro.
Yeah, I'll take Jay Jetta in that matchup. Like, I'm not, as everyone knows, I'm not a Minnesota Vikings fan, but a recognized game. Jay Jetta is an elite top 3 receiver in the NFL, and it's not debatable. So I think he can win any one-on-one matchup, and I understand that the Jets do have 2 top flight corners. I think this game could honestly put up some points, and no one's going to be on it. So give me the cheaper side. I like Mike White.
I think what might help the Justin Jefferson argument here, like the Jets pass rush isn't great. And if you give Cousins enough time, like he can pick you apart with the weapons he has. So it's definitely an intriguing spot.
Absolutely.
I think on the high end, we're both in agreement here about Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah. You can load up the Hurt business. Because, I mean, when people see Tennessee, they think slog.
It's boring football.
Yeah, it really is. But Tennessee forces you to throw.
And they're a good defense, too. Like, even against the pass, but they're just so good against the run.
Correct. And that's what the Eagles want to do is establish it. But if they know they can't establish it in this matchup, I think that's going to put the onus on Jalen Hurts' arm. And he's got some premier weapons, and I think we're going to talk about at least one of them in the wide receiver section, but I'll hold off. Hold on. Hold on. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, man. You and I are definitely in agreement. This game could put up some points, and the runbacks on Tennessee are pretty easy. I mean, either you're playing our king or you're playing Traylon Burks.
Basically, yeah. Unless you're gonna really punt and play like Austin Hooper, which is gross. But
Ew.
if you're saying kind of f the position, then I mean that's an easy run back.
I can't wait till I want to talk tight end too, man. Like this, normally you don't talk tight ends, but I think like this is going to be one of the keys to the slate is the tight end position. Obviously, it starts with quarterback, but man, I'm telling you, there could be some mad separation at the position this week. But we'll get there when we get there. So let me slow down. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, and we're gonna stay at the top end as well. My guy who I've been beating the drum for. This is gonna be my first certified fresh DFS deli take. Okay? Certified fresh. Tua Tagovailoa needs to be more owned than he is.
Nobody's playing him.
No one's going to play. I don't care what these damn ownership project. Like, if you're talking about higher stakes, no one's playing Tua because no one has the balls. So we've seen this total drop over the week. But again, we saw what San Francisco did against the Saints, which means absolutely nothing to me. There is no triple stack on this slate that has higher upside than Tua, Waddle, Hill. No one will play it, and the ceiling is massive. So if you want to take a shot on any double stack on this slate that is going to be super low owned in the late window, give me this Tua double, please. This is my certified fresh take of the week. Tua will take down tournaments this week.
I mean, it's a fair assessment.
So anybody else we're missing? Because I'm not playing these bums. I'm not playing any bums.
Like I kind of mentioned off air a little bit, if Justin Fields is playing, he's coming in at sub 3% ownership. I get the injury concern, but I think that becomes really intriguing.
I mean, he's got legs. He knows how to use them.
Okay, Kid Rock.
Thank you. So yeah, man. I mean, I can't pull the trigger personally on Justin Fields, but I 100% get the logic behind it. People see that Q tag, and injuries always scare people off when it comes to ownership. So I'm 100% with you on that one. But me personally, I wouldn't be able to pull the trigger, but I get the logic behind it. So I'm with you. Did we miss anybody, or can we roll over to running back?
I think we can roll over the running back.
This is where I think ownership is actually going to be relatively flat, to be honest. I mean, we got some injury news with looks like Antonio Gibson is going to give it a go. So what we thought could have been a cheap Brian Robinson play is no more. It looks like
but if he's going to be super limited, like
we don't know that though. That's the problem.
That is the problem. But I mean, like if you're going to try and jam in, like I think you're going the route of trying to pay for these expensive wide receivers.
Yes, I am. You already know, baby.
I mean,
I'm wide receivered out.
I mean, at this point, like somebody like Brian Robinson would make a ton of sense for your build, right?
I mean, he's cheap. The matchup is good. I can get behind it. I can see him fitting in some of my builds, but I mean, for me, like I said, this week I have to pay down. So I'm thinking guys like Zonovan Knight going against Minnesota. If I'm not using the Mike White side of the ball, Minnesota middle of the road against the run. We saw what Zonovan did last week. I understand. Oh my gosh, James Robinson should be active in this one. Still splitting time with Ty Johnson, but all of those factors are going to keep his ownership lower. So again, if I can guarantee, 12 to 15 touches running or rushing and receiving, I think Zonovan has decent enough upside at his price to pay off. I'm not saying he's going to break any slates because again, if you're looking for 30 some odd plus upside, you have to go to the top end. There's going to be no cheap plays that are going to be breaking this slate. It's just not going to happen. But if you're looking to chip away at it, get behind somebody like Zonovan Knight. And again, what should have been a chalkier play, it looks like no one's on this week. I guess for the reasons that I mentioned. So, if I'm paying down, Zonovan's probably going to be one of the ways I go. And if you want to get funky, chill. Can I interest you in a funky play?
Of course.
I mean, this is what we're here for, right? We're here for the funk. So everybody is here for this Detroit Jacksonville game. But there's one running back that ain't nobody gonna be playing, and that's DeAndre Swift. Slowly seeing the workload increase, not saying that he's going to be taking over Jamal Williams, but literally Jamal Williams has not had a target in a month. Clearly, their receiving back is going to be DeAndre Swift. If everybody is playing the Sun God, because you already know he is the chalk du jour of the slate, why don't you just go to the opposite end, get yourself a little piece of this game, and play some DeAndre Swift? What say you?
I'm gonna just. Swift will be a hard pass for me.
Let me ask you this: would it surprise you if this man literally had 6 touches for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns?
No, it wouldn't
Would it
surprise.
surprise you?
It wouldn't surprise me, but I think I'd rather play Jamal Williams because nobody's playing him either.
I don't like guys that don't get like targets. And
I
literally 40% of his fantasy production is touchdowns. If you keep him out of the end zone, it's a wrap. He's not scoring.
I agree, but he could have 60 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I mean, he could, or DeAndre Swift could have 60 total or 60 yards and like 3 touchdowns, like 100 total yards.
You want to take Swift against Williams? Then?
Yes.
All right, that's fair.
Absolutely. Mark it down. Mark it down. That is definitely. Oh, do you want to take Kenny Pickett versus Mike White?
Yeah, I thought we agreed on that one on Wednesday.
Okay, all right, cool. I just want reassurance that we did take that. I can't believe I almost took that Sam Darnold one.
What?
He was knocking, man. It was that rushing touchdown, or should I say the roll into the end zone?
Sorry, what was that?
I was talking about Sam Darnold's roll into the end zone last week.
Oh yeah, safety first.
That's it, man. That's it. But I mean, on the high end, chill. Who are you looking at potentially low owned here?
On the high end, I mean, you're looking at somebody like Nick Chubb, and it's that time of the year. It's December, so one running back that really kind of turns it on in November. It's our king. But this week, I mean, nobody's playing. No, I don't know why. I mean, it's probably because he's too expensive. But like, Nick Chubb's going up against the Texans.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why his ownership is so low.
Because it's Nick Chubb.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, he could go.
I mean, look at that price, bro.
I get it, but he could go for 303. I mean,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, and Philadelphia seems to be a run funnel. So in terms of the high end, it's those two. I think the most intriguing running back on the slate has to be CMC, right?
I mean, I'm looking at his ownership numbers, and I was actually surprised that they're higher than what I thought they would have been. I thought he was going to be like the premier swaption for me.
I mean, he still might. I mean, because ownership this year has been kind of weird. But he's the most intriguing running back on the slate. Elijah Mitchell was put on IR. So
can I ask your opinion about this? So CMC, right? So remember a couple weeks ago, well, maybe it wasn't a couple weeks, so a while back. No, actually, it was a while back when we all thought that playing Rashard Penny was like so sharp, and he would come in at like 2% owned. And then when the tournament started, he was like 40% owned. I think this could be a case where that happens with CMC.
I don't think so because of his price.
His price ain't even bad. I mean, like, look on FanDuel alone. He's only $100 more than Ken Walker. He's $1,400 less than the aforementioned Nick Chubb. He's less than our King. He's less than Austin Eckler. He's way
I
less than Josh Jacobs. I mean, his price
I,
ain't even prohibitive.
I don't. I don't think people are going to play him. I think they're going to try and. I think the popular build this week is the two wide receiver build. Because everybody this week, I think, is going to be playing uh, Josh Jacobs and ETN. I mean, their injury concern kind of scared me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't think I, I don't I don't think people are going to play him.
Can I convince you that Damian Pierce is the easiest fade on this slate?
Yeah, but I could totally see that dude going for 102 for no reason because it's the
Nope.
Browns.
Nope. 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 The Browns are trash. Don't don't
They're
get it
so
twisted.
they're
Don't get it twisted.
they're so bad.
So bad. But like, oh, Damian Pierce is cheap. Damian Pierce is going against the Browns. Right. This team will never be on offense. Like, this team is gonna fall. Like, this is exactly what happened against Miami, right? Like, we looked up and it was 30-0.
True.
I
They're
mean, like in
off,
a blink of an eye.
but their offense really stuttered once the O lineman got hurt. His name is just slipping through my mind right now. But like once he got injured, their offense slowed down tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
So if he doesn't get hurt, I believe they're strapping Houston for more points.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I 100% agree. All right, chill. I got two dart throws for you.
All right,
You already know who one is.
the numbers.
It's Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason. Jimmy Garoppolo came out and said he's very interested and intrigued by what he can do for this offense. Okay, came in last week in mop up duty, 5 carries, 25 yards. But we know the injury situation with the San Francisco backfield. And we all know that I don't think Shanahan is willing to give CMC 30 touches. That ain't going to happen, especially with this lingering knee injury, apparently. I know he's off the injury report, 100% understand that. But the backup running back in San Francisco always gets towed. It's just the way
Agreed.
it is.
But he's not going to get the goal line work, and that would be my concern. Like, what
Who
you
is?
it'd be CMC.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one less mouth to feed because it looks like Debo's trending to be out, but he's
Um,
going to be a quote unquote game time decision. But I would be very surprised if he plays.
they're probably going to just run CMC on the outsides. Like, they're probably not going to run him in between the tackles. But, like, I could see CMC getting 12 carries, 6 to 8 targets. I, I,
I mean, I'm with you, but at this price and this ownership, I'm talking large field. I'm not talking loaded up in your, $100, $200, $300 single entry. That's out of the question. But
if you're
a
going to do
dart throw,
if, I'm okay with it as a dart throw.
yeah, you could do worse, right? You could do worse. And my last dart throw is Kyron Williams.
I
This it looks like the changing of the guard at running back is happening. Seattle just got gashed by Josh Jacobs last week for 300 plus yards total. We all know that the Rams aren't interested in Cam Akers. And week by week, Kyron Williams is getting more and more opportunities. Not saying he's the most explosive running back, but again, in this particular scenario, going against Seattle could make for an interesting play. Again, large field, a little less of a dart throw than, the numbers, Mason. But yeah, man, I think I might load up a little Kyron Williams tomorrow, man. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
pass. That's a pass for me. I understand the logic completely, but that's a backfield I'm just staying out of.
Who you want? Who you want on the low end against Kyron Williams? I'll take it.
What's his price?
He is 55 on FanDuel, and I think he's 48 or 50. Actually, I think he might be in the fives on DK. Let me switch that real quick.
Let me see. I don't even think there's any. I guess on FanDuel, I would
52. 52 on DraftKings.
On FanDuel, I would almost have to take Zonovan Knight, who's 5,800. Well, let me see. Let me compare him on DraftKings. Who's around this price on
And I think he's
DraftKings.com?
more of a PPR play too. So I'll take whoever you want on DraftKings. How about that?
On DraftKings, I'll take Brian Robertson Jr.
Okay. All right. Accept it. Done.
Too bad we don't.
Chill.
Too
Anybody
bad
we
we
missed
don't.
that running back? You
Too
can
bad we don't.
hit me up with some of your plays.
Too bad we don't have Dana Brooke here. Sleeping.
Oh, we'll remember. We'll remember. You and I will be texting.
You don't want to play Lat Murray in the revenge game?
Bro. That was a funny one.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't take the credit. I saw a tweet on Twitter. I don't know who it was from, but they built like the all revenge lineup. So it was Deshaun
That's
Watson.
hilarious.
It was Deshaun Watson. It was both the Miami running backs. It was Lat Murray in the flex. It was AJ Brown, Marvin Jones, Shark. I don't remember who they had at tight end.
It had to have been Conklin.
It may have been Conklin, and I think it was like Baltimore's defense or something. Yeah.
Revenge.
Does Dalvin Cook intrigue you?
Only because I'm playing the Jet side of that, he could make for an interesting run back.
Because I don't think anybody's playing Dalvin Cook, and they're coming off the mini bye, and like he gets tote.
I mean, you know who doesn't run against the Jets? Fucking running backs. Jets defense is nasty, bro.
Agreed, but yeah.
But yeah, and some Jets run backs. Yeah, I can get behind it. I wouldn't one off Dalvin Cook. I wouldn't have him as a one off. But if I'm playing some Jets, I can get behind Dalvin Cook.
Did they determine if Najee Harris was playing?
Yeah, Najee Harris went from doubtful, no injury designation.
What the hell?
So yeah, he's playing.
That's so weird.
I would have loaded up Jalen Warren, but no, I gotta find some other cheap running back. Dicks.
I mean, other than that, not. I think we really hit on the guys that are gonna be low owned. I mean, I don't even like a lot of the guys at the top end.
I'm saying, dog. Saying, there's so many running backs in great matchups. Don't get it twisted, okay?
Like, I'm looking at, like, I understand Austin Eckler. I understand it. I understand his ownership. But, like, I would rather pay for Nick Chubb at lower ownership.
He said, if I'm going to go up, I'm going all the way up.
And, like, Josh Jacobs and ETN, I mean, like, I know they're not, like, injured, but, like, they're injured.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you 100%.
So super intriguing. But, no, I think we covered it. I mean, if you want to plug in Isaiah Pacheco, because he's going to have an opportunity, like, with him being the guy now, he's always going to have an opportunity to score 2 touchdowns. Like, their red zone offense was atrocious last week. Mahomes did, like, mention that in a couple of interviews. But, like, when they got to the goal line, they were trying to run it in with Pacheco. Like, instead of the 1 touchdown he could have had 2 or 3.
Sure.
So on DraftKings, if you're trying to jam in these high price wide receivers, I think he makes a ton of sense. FanDuel, maybe not, because he costs $7,000 on FanDuel. So that's a decision. But on DraftKings, if you were just going to play Pacheco and Robinson and jam in these higher price guys, like, I get it.
I'm with it. All right. Well, let's slide over to our receiver. Let me make this loud and freaking clear. Please play Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Oh my God. This ownership should never be this low on these guys. I mean, like, Tyreek Hill can break a slate by himself.
Yeah, and Waddle's ownership, as I'm looking here, is low.
That's what I'm saying, man. Again, certified fresh take. Load up the Tua double. And are you ready for my second certified DFS Deli fresh take?
I'm ready.
A.J. Brown will be the number one receiver on the slate. Let me make this very clear to you all. This can go one of two ways, okay? Either A.J. Brown's freaking ego and his attitude towards his team, he's going to get one catch, talk shit, and punch somebody in the face and get ejected,
Bruh.
or he's going for a buck 60 and 3. I'm just putting this out right now. So, and then you look at his ownership, which is sub 10, the Slim Reaper's ownership, which is sub 5, Jalen Hurts looking at sub 10. Literally, if you load up that trio, you don't have to do anything else off the board. Again, if Tennessee is going to force you to pass, this offense is no joke, man. This offense can light you up. So again, if I'm going to go for ceiling, right behind the Tua premium, I think the Hurts double is right behind on this slate. That can't be matched when it comes to ceiling.
I love the Hurts double this week.
Like, load it up, man. Load it up, certified fresh. If you are not playing A.J. Brown, you're gonna lose. All right. Again, I'm just a guy on a podcast yelling at my friend at 3 a.m. about Arthur Juan Brown. Okay. I need this man in my life. Okay. I need it. I need it. So if I'm gonna go off the board a little bit, not even a little bit, a lot of it, just give me these guys, man. I have to play A.J. Brown. I have to play Tyreek. I gotta play Waddle. There is really, I mean, Devontae Adams is up there too, but as far as his ownership goes, it's dwarfed by everyone else's. So I mean, he's going to be kind of chalky, like right behind guys like, again, I'm on Ross St. Brown, who we mentioned, T. Higgins. I don't think a lot of people are going to play Jamar Chase because of the injury. A lot of people are going to jump on Zay Jones in the revenge game. But like, Zay Jones had his week.
You just play Marvin Jones, which is the direct leverage from Zay Jones.
And the other revenge game.
Like, nobody's playing Marvin Jones. I know it's really gross. But like in that shootout game, I think it's super intriguing.
I mean, the only chalkier wide receiver I actually like and I'm going to play is Garrett Wilson.
I like Garrett Wilson this week as well. If you want to fire up Garrett Wilson on either site, because he's still underpriced, in my opinion, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm with it. 100%.
I mean, but as we looking at some of these, like, nobody's playing Jamar Chase either. So if he's deemed good to go, which I believe he is, nobody's playing Chase.
Because they're scared. They're scared of the injury. And again, this is DFS, man. If you scared, go to church.
The only thing that concerns me in the Kansas City Cincinnati game is I think Kansas City does have a good defense and a good pass rush, and that O line from Cincy is still kind of sus. That would be my only concern. But you're getting one of the best wide receivers in the league at 7% on FanDuel. He's sub 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super intriguing. I mean, we don't have to mention A.J. Brown that much anymore. I won't go through the whole spiel, but it is Saturday. It is 3 a.m. and I'm going home with A.J. Brown.
Flat out.
Like,
I ain't even beating around the bush.
Yeah. I got the text. You up? And it was A.J. Brown. So.
Right. 2:30 a.m. Headed home. Thinking this is about to be a crash type of night. You get that text. You up? And yeah, I'm with it, man. You know, if I was into that type of freaky shit, I would have joined you because I want that text.
Yeah, I mean, I think A.J. Brown's probably my favorite wide receiver on this slate this week.
Big facts. I'm with it.
I mean, if you're looking at some of these other guys, I think Christian Watson, I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing Watson too much, especially with Garrett Wilson being right there.
Is Aaron Rodgers playing?
I think so.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
I haven't heard anything saying he's not playing.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Fair.
um, I mean, these the wide receivers that become super intriguing on this slate are like the low price wide receiver in Jacksonville guys like Shark, Marvin Jones Jr. Um, I don't know if you would play these guys as one offs or if you play them in game stacks. They become super intriguing. I don't. The Nico Collins trap could be intriguing with no Brandon Cooks. Um,
How can they move the ball, bro?
but there's nobody left, and he's
I
only
don't
four.
care.
I
There's no
mean, and
upside.
they're gonna need to throw. Like
At some
he's
point,
he's 4.2 on DraftKings, so you know they're gonna need to throw. I think another wide receiver, like if you're paying down, Matt Collins at 4.6 on DraftKings, in the potential shootout of a game there. Um, but I mean, on the high end, the Slim Reaper I like, Agent Brown. Um, I think Justin Jefferson's ownership, I think, is going to be the one. I think either they're off by a lot. I don't think Justin Jefferson's ownership is going to project right. I think that's the one that's going to be super intriguing tomorrow.
I said I'm all about Jay Jetta. I'm totally with it in Jets game stacks. The last one of the last guys I'll mention is if I like Miami so much, you already know I like some of the run back options with no Debo potentially more than likely. Brandon Ayuk is coming in at less than 5% owned.
Nobody plays that dude ever.
Exactly, and this is a walking 2 touchdown type of fellow.
Agreed. Because
I
I
think I'm talking about a lot of 49ers, aren't I? I
the
got a boner
passing
for this game. I
the
just
passing
do.
options, yeah.
I mentioned Jordan Mason too.
The numbers, Mason.
The numbers, Mason. What do
The
they
number.
mean?
The
Don't just wait till
numbers.
we get to tight end because my number one tight end with a bullet. You let me know when we're ready to go there.
Yeah. If you wanna take that bullet and go on ahead and pinch it off.
George freaking Kittle. Okay, listen, Miami is sus at best against the tight end position. All right, and no one's gonna play George Kittle. No one's playing 49ers with the exception of CNC, and it's really making me upset. And it's hurtful that a guy that does have the ceiling of a Mark Andrews and a Travis Kelce on this slate is not going to be rostered because, like, everyone's going to say Kelce or bust, which is fair. And I 100% agree with that. But, as I said, if I'm playing on Fanduel, right, primarily, and he is $2,200 less than Travis Kelce in a better matchup. So, like, I will never say don't play Travis Kelce, but again, there is one dude on this slate that can match the upside of Travis Kelce, and it's George Kittle. And no one's going to play him. And it hurts my soul a little bit.
I think you're 100% right.
I mean, everyone else is a punt. Like Mark Andrews hasn't been good in what, a month?
Since week 3. I
Right?
mean, for real though, like, he did drop a touchdown last week, from what I remember.
I mean, I think 3 people, like 3 consecutive plays, dropped touchdowns, which was hilarious.
Yeah, I like the Kittle call. I can't afford Travis Kelce this week, but to be honest, I very rarely play the guy. Because most of the time, tight end doesn't put you to sleep in DFS. Like you can
Not
kind,
normally. No, not
not
normally.
normally. So like I very rarely, like if I'm playing Kelsey, it's in a Mahomes stack, but that's about
Yeah.
it. Like, um, if you want to punt the position, Evan Ingram is worth a punt on either site. High scoring game. I you
He's
know
gonna have some ownership though.
I
I think
got
like
him.
you're looking at like
I got
Him,
I got Evan Ingram at sub 7 on DraftKings and at about 6 on FanDuel.
I got him about 8 on FanDuel, but I mean, when it comes to this position, excuse me, you're looking at like the Muth as a chalkier option. Like Travis Kelce obviously is going to lap the field when it comes to ownership. But I mean, and we talked about it a little bit. I mean, well, throwing Hayden Hurst in that, mishmash of guys. But we talked about it a little bit via text earlier today about Harrison Bryant potentially being a play with no Njoku.
Correct, because Deshaun Watson does like to throw to his tight end.
I mean, this is TD or bust. I mean, if you're playing these bums, it's TD or bust anyway, right?
100%.
You know who's not a bum? Chill.
George Kittle.
I mean, yeah. But I was referring to Tyler Gronklin in the revenge game.
I mean, I got him for some ownership. I got him at 8%. I got him right around the at least on DraftKings 8%.
Oh, on DraftKings, he's like damn near free.
He is.
FanDuel, it's a little different.
FanDuel is a little different. But yeah, he's basically free on DraftKings. And actually, before we that, like I do have to mention, I'm high on this Browns. I'm high on the Browns tomorrow.
You said you're higher on the Browns?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like I get it. People are like, okay, like they get up by 30. Like they're not taking Watson out of that game. He has to throw. Like they got to get this dude reps if they're gonna try and make a playoff run.
Yeah. Like side note, boots on the ground because like we're local. This is going to be the most cringe-worthy game to watch of like all time.
Did you? Oh, you're not. I forget. I forget you're not. So there was a thing on I think it was on Twitter, or I may have seen it on Facebook. It was a map of the United States, and it was showing like what areas CBS is distributing the game out to. So it was like Ohio, and then like the slim part of like Houston, and maybe like another area, and then the rest of the country is not getting this game. I was like, damn.
That's pretty deep, bro.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning what the guy did, but like it's fantasy football. Like
we can legit make a whole podcast on how much disdain I have for Deshaun Watson, to be honest, but I don't want to go there.
But Houston is just so bad. And they're down their corner. He's still out. Derek Stingley Jr. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but he's out. I just think I'm high in the Browns.
Then I want to see some Harrison Bryant sprinkled in some of your lineups, then, sir.
You might see one lineup of Deshaun Chubb and DPJ, or Deshaun DPJ and Harrison Bryant. It's a road game, so Amari Cooper he doesn't sleep right on the road, from what I've heard. for what is it? Oh, that's on the Swolecast. So I'll give those guys the credit. But yeah, on the road he can't just seem to sleep right.
I mean, he's performed in Texas before.
Yeah, at the Cowboy Stadium when
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, when he was sleeping at home.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just Amari, man. Amari.
I mean, he doesn't sleep right. He can't get comfortable.
Can't get comfy.
Yeah, any more takes at tight end? I mean,
like you said, man, pay up for Kelce or you're just punting it off. And again, my favorite play without question is George Kittle. Throwing some Gronklin at the low end if you want. Other than that, man, you're just hoping to pop these guys into the end zone. So I'm good.
Hey, how ballsy would it be? Large field GPP. You fade Kelce to play Noah Gray.
In your Mahomes stacks?
Yep.
Yo, if Noah Gray scores tomorrow, I'll be like, I need you to cite approximately 45 minutes and 7 seconds into the last podcast because Chili totally called it.
Bruh. Like, and the thing is he might not even get like a passing touchdown. He could go under center.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I 100% agree. That's like when
Um,
Durham scored last week.
Durham.
Dude, Durham Smythe is always eligible for scoring a touchdown.
Uh,
Always.
um, One more guy, Jordan Akins for the Texans. If you're really looking to punt,
Respect. All right, well, let's slide over to defense for some odd reason. Where is the damn Browns? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, hold on. I had to I had it sorted the wrong way. What the fudge? Like, how are they not projecting well? Anywho,
nobody,
the
nobody's.
Browns.
Yeah, in terms of if you're looking at an ownership play, if you have enough money to get to the Browns, that's fine.
I mean, they expensive, but this is a pay up to be contrarian type of spot, right?
Right, because everybody would rather anybody that's paying up is probably just paying for the Seahawks defense against the JV team that is the Los Angeles Rams.
Hey man, you shut your mouth when Kyron Williams goes for 100 in a touch. Don't at me, bro.
I mean, I hope you're right.
I
I
mean, you know,
mean,
I'm a Seahawks fan, so I actually want that to happen, but
I
I do
mean,
kind of want that to happen.
if you think the Texans, if you think Deshaun Watson's going to come out and be ass, and you want to plug in the Texans defense at 2,300,
Thank
not again.
you.
I'm not against it. As much as
Everybody's zooming Damian Pierce, right? You might as well just stack up the defense with him.
And then it. I mean, if you're looking for a mega punt, you can play Tennessee's defense. It's a good defense.
I mean, it is a good defense, but they about to get to work.
I
I'm
hope
sorry,
so.
they about to get to hurt.
I hope so. And then after that, basically at this point, from what I'm seeing, if you're fading the Seahawks, Steelers, and Broncos defense, uh, you're pretty much contrarian. Just for Baker, I'll mention the Ravens defense is playing Denver, so
Let's ride.
let's ride.
Can I interest you in the Giants defense against Heineke?
Yes, you said Taylor Heineke, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's like where I'm gonna go, like a lot. And again, if you want to really flip the build, like really flip the build, if you want to really get off the chalk, that's gonna be this Lions Jacksonville game. Play the Lions defense.
I think you could play either one.
Trevor Lawrence can throw you some interceptions, bro. That's good. Listen. You stack up DeAndre Swift
Stop it.
with the Lions defense, bro. Print money. Print it. Print it.
Hilarious.
Will that do it for defense?
Just about.
Listen, since we got a little bit of time, let's go position by position and tell me who is the highest scoring player tomorrow. Well, later today, I should say, at each position, in your opinion.
All right, I like
So
that.
let's start at quarterback. Who's going to be the highest scoring player at the position, man?
Highest scoring position, quarterback.
Quarterback.
Uh,
We're not saying you need to play this person. We're not saying that. You adjust your builds accordingly. But in order to give you the best shot at winning, you're probably going to need an outlier score from a certain quarterback on your team.
Kenny Pickett. No.
I'm
gonna go Hurts.
You going with the business?
I'm gonna go with the business. Business is booming up your butt.
You looking to expand your business?
Business is closed.
Business is closed. I've been beating the drum the entire week, and I will continue to do so. It's Tua. There, I said it. It's fucking Tua. Running back. Again, we're not saying you got to play these guys or this particular person or whoever we suggest that might be the highest score. Because, again, we've seen the highest scoring running back on slates, not matter. Derrick Henry over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He was like, what, 2% owned?
Yeah, didn't matter. Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
You know who he did that against? The Texans.
The Texans. So,
Um,
are you going Nick Chubb then?
I'm absolutely going Nick Chubb. I like. I think this is just a player that everybody's like. I get it. Like, I totally get fading Nick Chubb here because of the price, but like, I really think 202 is in the realm.
Agreed.
Like, if we were gonna have a bold take segment, like I would think like Nick Chubb could break the record in this game.
Sheesh, Houston that bad, huh?
They're bad.
But they're gonna want to get Watson work, bro.
I get it, but if Nick Chubb's running like that and he's got play action,
I mean, Nick Chubb's gonna eat tomorrow, bro.
I think so.
He's gonna eat. He's gonna eat. My guy, I hate to say this, but it's probably gonna be Austin Eckler. Only because he's gonna catch 18 balls.
You're not wrong.
He's gonna have 7 rushing yards because they just refuse to run the damn ball now.
He's gonna go 10 for 30, but have 8 for 100.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, PPR scoring. Just give me Austin Eckler, man. Just load him up. Just load him the hell up. But if I wasn't picking Austin Eckler, I would be picking Austin Eckler light and going DeAndre Swift. Suck it.
I like it. I like it.
Watch. Chill. Watch. Wide receiver, are we in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur Juan.
I'm pretty sure we're in agreement.
Yeah, Arthur Juan. Arthur freaking Juan. Number one. Number one with 8 bullets. I think Cheetah is gonna be right behind him. But yeah, I think it's Arthur Juan week. I don't care what anybody says. Period.
Agreed.
Tight end.
Oh, this
You're
is
picking between like one guy. Like one or two guys.
Because I am gonna have Kenny Pickett in one stack. I'll roll with the Muth.
The Muth outscores Kelsey and Andrews and Kittle and
dude, I'm playing Kenny Pickett, so like
someone's got to do it, right?
I got it. I'm probably playing it with the Muth, so yeah.
Respect.
I'll go with the Muth.
Fair. George freaking Kittle. Damn it. Watch. That 4:00 hammer is going to hit hard. I'm with it. And defense. The most highly varianced position in our DFS lineups. I wish it didn't exist, but they make us play it. So who's the highest scoring defense tomorrow, bro?
I should just close my eyes and point.
And you probably would be damn close.
I mean, me personally, I'm probably this. I'll go Steelers.
Man, this is funny. I was going to say the same exact thing.
I'll go Pittsburgh. Like, I mean, I guess truthfully, if the Jets defense is as legit as what we think it is, like, if Cousins throws a couple interceptions early, trying to force the ball to Justin Jefferson, like we saw it when he played the Eagles. Like after a couple interceptions, he literally just said, "Nope, done with that." So like, I could see the Jets defense as well.
I like that. I'm picking Detroit.
Bro, let's go.
I think the Jaguars get mopped up in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you right now.
Hilarious.
I mean, I wish I could be trolling, but like it's something in my heart of hearts that says like this game is gonna be so wonky that everybody's gonna get pissed. Like the Jaguars aren't good. I'm not trusting Trevor freaking Lawrence. Again, if Trevor Lawrence and Zay Jones and Travis Etienne put me to bed and run it back with the sun god, y'all do that. If that puts me to sleep, I will be comfortably asleep at 3:45. Okay? I'm fine with that. But you best believe I'm going to wake up because Tua plays at 4:25. It's comeback season, chill. It's comeback season, and I'm here for it. and I'm here for it. Any closing thoughts before we go ahead and close up the shop, bro?
No, I mean this is this is one of the better slates of the year. I mean, truthfully, we don't know. You know, we don't know what's going to go down tomorrow. I mean, this year's been quite chalky in terms of the results, but I mean, it's super interesting tomorrow to see kind of what side of the strategy pays off. Is it going to be these high end running backs? Is it going to be these high end wide receivers? So I'm kind of intrigued to see how it all unfolds tomorrow.
Yes, it's always fun when we get to gamble our hard earned American doll hairs on this game that we call DFS. Guys, I hope you take some of our takes into consideration as you're finishing that first or second cup of morning coffee. That bagel with cream cheese. And we wish you all the best in your tournament lineups. And yeah, just remember Arthur Juan. Just play him. Just do that.
Let's
You'll be all
do it.
right. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Now, if he goes like 3 for 33, I'm gonna be like fucking pissed.
Oh, then if he goes 3 for 33, our bad.
Yeah, about that. But yeah, I guess it's that time. Chill. Thanks for joining me on the 3:17 a.m. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you being with us, and I think you know what to do.
I'm gonna grab the buckets.
Guys, you already know. Like I said, I had to cut back on the smoking because of the the strep. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work, closing up the shop, and hopefully by 8 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, we will see you all at the top. Thanks for listening. Peace.